Hello, and welcome to another edition of Friday Night Series, How to Pray. I'm your host, the Reverend Doctor, and tonight we're going to talk about let me ask you a question. Have you ever been around somebody in your presence and you trying to hold a conversation with them and they all on their phone and they be looking at their watch and then looking all over places like this? That means that they don't want to be in your company. They might be nervous about being in your company. Like when you call your child out on something and they're standing before you, they fidgetive and all of that. They don't want to be in your company. So tonight we're going to talk about how to be in God's company comfortably. Now, without being nervous. You got to have a relationship to not be nervous. You got to have a relationship. You have to understand who he is. But if you in his presence and you are nervous, feel uncomfortable, then it might be something about that's convicting your heart. The Holy Spirit is talking to you that it's something about you. Sometimes you might need to change the atmosphere, especially if you by yourself. If you want to talk to God, you might have to turn the TV off. Put on, I'm not saying that this is a remedy or not, but change the atmosphere. Put on some religious music or turn to one of them religious channels and listen to a sermon or something like that to change the atmosphere so that you'll feel comfortable in God's presence. Now, when you're in his presence, you've got to know that he is great. He is great. And sometimes we are uncomfortable being in the presence of someone great because we just don't know what to do. We don't want to say nothing stupid, but talking to God, you talk to him out your heart. And you can become comfortable talking to God, being in his presence. See, what I think a lot of us don't pray is because we don't feel comfortable in God's presence. We don't feel comfortable because we're looking over our lives and we say we're not worthy to talk to him through his son, Jesus Christ. We're not worthy, but yes, we are. So we have to get comfortable talking to God in his presence. That's what's holding some of us back. It's because we feel that we're not worthy or if we be in his presence, they're gonna think we hypocrites, and he's not. He wants you to come in his presence just as you are. Come just as you are. But when you come, you have to be comfortable talking to God. And I think that's probably because some of us look over our lives and we look at our lives and we judge our lives and we say, well, we're not worthy. My life is not together. And all the kind of excuses you can come up with. But God said, come as you are. Jesus said, come to the Son as you are. Because you have to come to Jesus because Jesus said, you cannot get to the Father except through him. Now, if you got another way, then I don't know who company you in, but that's the wrong company. Now, what about you feel comfortable in that setting, but not feel comfortable talking to God? There's something wrong with that picture. So you're going to have to change the way you think. Now, Psalms 37:7 says, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Wait on the Lord in his presence. Don't worry about what the wicked are doing. See, the problem is we see the wicked prospering and we say, God, well, how the wicked prosper? Don't worry about them. You worry about yourself. God said, come talk to him and wait on him and be patient. Your time will come. your time will come. Isaiah 40:31 says, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles, and they shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Wait on the Lord. That means in his presence. Be patient. Don't be fidgeting and trying to, hurry up and get it over with. No, sit and talk to God. He's a great person. Sit and talk to him. Get a relationship with him. So you will feel comfortable talking to him, that you can go to him anytime. As Jesus said, when Jesus died on the cross and the veil was rent, that meant that we could come to the throne boldly. But we have to come comfortable, that we can talk to God through his son, Jesus Christ. That we can talk. That we can talk. So let's start get comfortable and talking to God and not trying to rush the conversation and looking at our watches and looking all to the side and being fidgety and all that. No, sit and talk to God. Change the atmosphere if you have to sit and commune with God through his son, Jesus Christ. Commune with him. Sit and talk with him and watch how it change your life. Well, this has been another edition of Friday Night Series, How to Pray, and I'm your host, the Reverend Doctor. And I always sign off by saying, if you're too busy to pray, you're too busy. May God have mercy upon our souls.